Kirkwood. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you. How are you?
Awesome. Cool. Get close to that microphone like it's a little gulp of air that's in your little private air bubble that you've pulled underneath the water with you.
I'm there.
Oh, that's it. Okay, very good. Awesome. It's been an up and down season for you. You've won some more, but then you've dealt with some injuries. Talk about that a little bit. What's the season been like?
It's been pretty long, honestly. All the training just gets boring, and the black line thing is still pretty prevalent. So,
And of course, by the black line, we're talking about Eric has spent literally weeks, perhaps even months, entire months of his life swimming back and forth in a pool where you see the black line under the water. And then you've got to juggle that with personal relationships, school, work, which for you involves coaching the Highland High Scots swim team.
yeah, shout out to these guys. So
Awesome. Scots. And you say that's getting to you.
Yeah, I mean it's not really so much it's super hard. It just drags on, and that's sort of how swimming goes. You just have to muscle through it and try harder than the person next to you, and that's what really makes a good swimmer good.
Right.
But yeah, it still sucks. You know, the training still sucks. It still feels like we just get kicked in the face by a mule every day. So,
Right.
I mean, we come on taper pretty soon, so we're gonna start easing down and getting ready for these conference and state meets.
Okay. And that's the meat of the season for you.
Yes.
Because you want to qualify for the state championships.
Mm-hmm.
How do your times measure up to the best in the state?
Um,
Does it depend on which king shows up?
it definitely depends on what event I'm doing. I've seen a lot of the guys in our conference, especially at the pentathlon, and you know,
Which you won earlier.
which I did.
Dominated.
I ended up winning. Yeah. I don't know.
Nah, you did. Okay, all right.
All right, I did. It was pretty worth it. You know, that was a lot of training put into it. But a lot of those guys, they weren't going that much faster than me, and I wasn't even in like a tech suit. Or a tech suit it's a suit that's specially designed to go faster, like the shark skin suits that were outlawed. Like,
Are you allowed to wear a
6 years
tech
ago?
suit now?
yeah, you just can't wear them past your knees. So anything longer than like a jammer, which are those almost like boxers but really tight. Yeah, those things. Yeah,
A jammer.
a jammer, man.
That sounds like a naughty word. I'm sorry. Okay, so what are you swimming in right now? Do you have does BC have a set of trunks that you're supposed to wear?
Yeah, actually, we all wear Speedos.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually pretty weird. It's kind of backwards.
Why? Speak your mind, Wood.
Speedos are like what you wear, you know, if you're a swimmer. Jammers are what you wear when you're first starting out. And so a lot of it's viewed as like Speedos are weird, but it's one of those things. We have a little black Speedo with a red stripe, so you know we're going at least 15% faster than usual because we have a racing stripe on the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just looks faster.
It just looks faster.
Hey, the same thing happens in wrestling with singlets. Like everybody asks me or did ask me about that in high school. Like, so you going to put on those tights?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, it's called a singlet. No, dude, it's tights, dude.
Hey, do you shave your legs, bro? Do you shave your arms? No, man, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
have to shave.
you have very faint arm hair, but you were.
Yeah,
you were-
yeah. I used to be a man. I used to have arm hair. I used to be a male, but the chlorine stripped me of my values.
Does it really do that?
Oh, it does. Look at my hair. I mean, I used to have my hair is the color of Nutella.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and now it does this.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like, my hair turns green.
yeah. Okay, yeah. You have blonde hair naturally.
Yes, if what's left.
Oh, what's left?
If I spend a lot of time in a pool, it does turn green.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk for a minute about something that I took a note on. I'm not checking my cell phone here. Maybe I am. It's not for you to worry
Yeah,
about.
tweeting's kind of fun.
Let's talk for just a minute, if you don't mind,
sure.
about Freddie Soft.
Freddie Soft jumps on your back, man. You can't let Freddie Soft jump on your back.
What is this all about?
You know, I honestly have no idea what the reference means, but
But this is something that
Coach Pat. Yeah, he tells Steven a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, he always tells Steven, you know, Freddie Soft's jumping on your back like a monkey.
And basically what he's saying is don't get soft in the pool. Don't start mailing in. Because
Yeah.
you are probably, unless a coach is paying close attention to you and paying attention to your lap times, you're the only one who knows if you're mailing it in.
Exactly. I like to think of swimming as, you know, a sport as, you know, it's you against the clock and everyone else is racing with you.
Right.
You know, it's not really, you're not going for first, you're going for the fastest time. It doesn't matter what place you get, you know, over really, it's what's your best time you could possibly do.
Right.
I mean, so yeah, it is a lot of personal motivation, a lot of, you know, it has to be something that you want to do. And just like anything, you know, you have to have the drive. And if you don't have the drive, then you can't ever go faster.
Is drive really your problem?
No, I swim. Man, that's like the one thing I have. If I can't fit a square into a circle, hole, I'm just gonna.
Or you're going to punch a locker and you're going to have.
No, actually, I fell skateboarding.
Don't tell me you fell skateboarding.
Dude, yeah, man.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
No, I don't.
Okay, right there too. Yeah, man.
What happened that drove you to punch a locker?
I fell skateboarding.
Did you seriously?
Yeah, Sunday fun day.
Okay, all right. Show the camera your wound.
It hurt a little bit at first.
But do you see why I would think that perhaps you punched a locker? I wrestled with a guy who got a staph infection from
Really?
punching a locker, and yes, he almost died.
Well, thank God my pool is sanitized.
You jerk. No, we had been wrestling, and he actually won a match, and the guy walked over, and I don't remember what the catalyst was. It said something to him that was stupid and told him, like, well, I could always beat your ass off the mat. And my buddy Tyler, held it all in. And then as soon as the guy walked off, he like roared and he punched a locker. And he was like, I think I broke my hand. And we were like, you probably ought to get that cleaned up. Well, then he doesn't show up at practice on Monday. And we were like, where's Tyler? And they're like, dude, he's in the hospital. He has a staph infection.
Oh, my God.
He punched that locker, and there must have been a big, nasty booger or something
Just
on
strip
there.
of something gross.
Yeah, staph is no joke.
Yeah, my brother got staph when he was a kid. And,
Did he really?
Oh, he had a big thing like this on his thigh.
And it looks funny because you're like, oh, let me lance it. Let me pop that
Yeah,
thing.
it's like
No, that's
That's
poison.
painful.
Yes,
Bad.
yes.
It's painful to watch, painful to experience. I can't even imagine. I don't get it. Everyone else around me does, so I'm thankful I have good genes.
Right. Certain people get staph, certain people don't. I am in the population that does. So anytime I get a cut or a nick on my hands or my public-facing parts, I quickly clean it. I have something called staph aseptic, and then I wrap that bad boy up. Wrestlers really need to watch out for it. And there's something that bothers me, and it bothers all wrestlers, but sometimes we don't have the heart to tell you because we're too busy training. But when you go into a mat room, for God's sake, take your shoes off if you think you need to walk on the mat, because our face touches that mat. And when you get to sweating, your pores open. I don't even know if this is backed by medical science. This is just common wrestler opinion. But then your pores open, and it makes it easier for like little boogers and schmutz that's on your shoe that you have then thoughtlessly tracked onto the mat. Okay. I'm not a big fan of carpeting in homes while we're on the subject.
I mean, me neither. I have my house is pretty much tile. My brother's room is wood, and then I have shag carpet.
Right, but it's like a blanket you can never wash.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, and it's like never washing your car ever.
Right. And in fact, when we bought our house, there was wall-to-wall carpeting, and these people, I think that they lived it up in the 70s.
Really?
I think that was a decade that they never got out of.
Oh, my God.
Because there was shag carpet everywhere, and there was this velvet, paisley touch, psychedelic colored wallpaper in the house. And I was all about it, and my wife said, forget about it.
Forget about it.
You're getting on this right away and pulling it up. She's from the East Coast. So I went into the corner, and I flipped the corner of the carpet up, and it was all wood floors that were perfectly preserved underneath the carpet. So I tore it up. But here's what I learned, Eric. First of all, there is never a good excuse for you to put carpet in a bathroom.
No, never.
Because the floor underneath the carpet around the toilet, it was upsetting. Okay? So, and then pulling up the carpet everywhere else, like I had a shop vac going. Don't do that. Don't make faces at me through that. That's so rude. Did you see that?
I didn't see.
We should chase that guy down, and you can fall off your skateboard again.
Yeah.
Was it a longboard?
Yeah, it was. I can't ride skateboards. I'm pretty bad. I swim. I'm not really athletic. I just sort of do swimming. So I mean, when I skateboard, it's like, okay, I can sort of get on this big one and maybe
right.
go over cracks and stuff. But as soon as I just hit like 5 miles an hour, it's just and just fall over and die.
And turn your hand to catch yourself.
Yeah. I know skateboards. I actually broke my sternum at Junior Olympics. And
What?
Yeah. At I think I was maybe 13 or 14. Maybe I was maybe 10, like 11, 12. That sort of time.
Training for months for the Junior Olympics.
Training for months, training for years. Like, I never stopped. So I mean, I was just there all the time. It's a 4-day swim meet with 4 events, individuals, and then 2 relays for prelims and then finals. So you do everything twice if you make it back, which I did because I just swam all the time. So I was good.
You were just a little swimming muscle.
I just was golfing, and my friends and I went skateboarding in the intermission between prelims and finals, and they were off peeing on vending machines, and I was holding the skateboards because I couldn't skate, and I was afraid to go pee on the vending machines. So I had the skateboards.
They were actually expelling their liquid waste into the vending machine.
Yeah.
Which is very 11 to 12-year-old behavior.
Yeah, it happens. You
Go
know?
on,
I
yes.
couldn't help myself. I had to laugh.
Right.
But I had the skateboard, and I was like, man, I want to skate the skateboard because Tony Hawk does, and I have the Game Boy game for him, so I have to. And I was trying, and I just fell, and I did this weird thing where I threw my chest forward, and I landed into a curb. And
Eric, you're not good at wrecking.
I'm not. I'm not graceful when it comes to falling down. I just totally snapped all the way up here. And so I just stood up, and I was like, I had no breath. I was out of breath. And they walked over, hey, man, you all right? I was like, yeah, I'm okay. And we actually camped over there. It takes place over in Fresno for long course, which is 50 meters, and then it takes place at BC for short course, 25 yards. I'm sorry. And so we were camping in my trailer, and so we didn't have anything like a hospital to go to, really. You know.
Was Old Man Wood there and Ma Wood, or?
Yeah, my mom and dad were there. Yeah, and
did you tell them what you had done?
I did. I was like, hey, Mom, I think I fell and broke my chest. And she goes, yeah, you probably broke your chest. So we went to the doctor, which was on deck. Dr. Wright, he was
on the pool deck?
Yeah, he's an official and the father of the 13th fastest 200 butterfly or 100 butterfly in the world, I think.
What?
Yeah. I used to race that guy. Like, those are the kids I grew up with.
Is he on the Olympic ladder?
No, I think he was trying to.
Okay.
But I don't think he's at pushing that hard for it right now.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah, but he was pretty fast, and he said, yeah, man, I think you may have a hairline fracture all the way up, and this is the best I can do. He grabbed some tape, and he put an X on my chest right in the middle. And that was all I got. And so I had a chest.
Wait, is he a medical doctor, or does he teach history?
No, he's a medical doctor. He's just, she was like, well, that's the best I can do. So there's nothing really you can do for that. And I was like, well, all right. And I had 3 more days to swim. I had.
Wait a second. Hold on. The riveting conclusion to Eric Wood's disaster on the skateboard. By the way, if you are Coach Matt Moon or Coach Pat, don't worry so much about it's not Tony Soft. What's his name?
Freddie Soft.
Freddie Soft. Don't worry about Freddie Soft. Worry about Tony Hawk. Keep your swimmers off skateboards. Plus, if you are 21 years or older, we would like you to join us April 9th for the Red White Night. That's right. You're going to get a $10 certificate for wine from the Imbibe Wine Bar. You're going to get dinner, and you're going to get to make a donation out of that $30 to the Hall of Fame Bakersfield College Athletic Hall of Fame effort. We're trying to start a Hall of Fame so that we could recognize the number of athletes who have come through the Gil Bishop Sports Center and the pool and the Dean and Ada Gay Sports Complex, where we have our softball and baseball diamonds. But it's going to be a great night. You're going to meet Renegades young and old, and we are going to preserve a tradition that is older than 100 years. Excuse me, more than a century of tradition. And guess what? Our country is like just over 200 years old, so that's pretty darn old. When we come back, the riveting conclusion to the Eric Wood story. Don't go anywhere. The Renegade Report will be right back.